Hey everyone, I am Elizabeth Sherman from Total Health by Elizabeth, and today I just wanted to pop into your inbox because one of the things that I overwhelmingly heard in the coaching calls that I had with folks from Execunet was that a lot of you are in really good health, or I should say that you haven't been experiencing any health related problems, and that's awesome. But I also heard y'all say that you know that that's kind of a ticking time bomb, and that you know that you should be adopting more healthy habits like eating vegetables and exercising, but those things just haven't come back to bite you in the butt. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to offer you 8 habits that if you are doing these 8 habits on a daily, weekly basis, on a regular basis, then you are actually doing okay. Okay, so let me go ahead and talk about those. So the first one is drink water. Now, one of the questions comes up with a lot of my clients and a lot of people who reach out to me is, how much water should I be drinking? And I can't give you a specific answer about that. And that's actually true in a lot of health things, that I can't give you a specific answer without talking to you about it, because it's all pretty variable and based on your own body. But what I can tell you is that you want to look at the color of your urine to determine whether you're drinking enough water or not. You want it to be really pale and yellow. You do not want it to be too dark. And so the general rule of thumb is that you want to have a half an ounce for every pound of body weight. So what that means is if you were 150 pounds, then you would drink 75 ounces of water per day. And that's just a rough rule of thumb. So depending on how many vegetables you're eating in a day and what the water content of your food is, that could vary. So again, just take a look at your urine to determine whether you're drinking enough. Number 2 is eat something green every once in a while. So if you really want to be good with your vegetables, you want to be eating 5 servings of vegetables a day. Most of us are probably eating 1 to 2 servings. And so what's a serving? Okay, so a serving is, if it's a leafy green, it's 2 sizes of your fists. Okay, so things like lettuce and kale and spinach and things like that. And that's pre-cooked size. Okay, if it's a non-starchy vegetable, something that grows above ground, then it's the size of your fist. So like a tomato, broccoli, green beans, cauliflower, things like that. Asparagus. If it's below ground, then your serving size is actually going to fit into the cupped palm of your hand. So that's a serving size of a starchy vegetable. Okay, so you want to have at least 5 servings of those vegetables. And if it's a starchy vegetable, this is just some general knowledge, but you want to be having at least 5 servings of non-starchy for every 1 serving of starchy. Okay, so you can't get away with 5 servings of French fries every day. Number 3 is eat enough protein. Again, the idea is that this is specific to your body. And so I like using palm sizes for this as well. So the size of your palm is the size of protein that you should be having, probably 3 servings a day. Okay. Move daily is number 4. So I talked about this in my webinar, but you want to be moving at least 30 minutes a day. Okay. Get enough sleep. Again, something that's completely determined by your own physiology. So what you want to do is you want to go to bed, and when you wake up, without an alarm, that's how much sleep you need on a regular basis. So ideally with nothing waking you up like dogs or kids or spouse or noise or something like that. So that's telling you how much sleep you actually need. Most of us are around 7 to 8 hours a week or a day, but that could change. It's completely up to you. I know that a number of you were saying that you get good sleep with 5 to 6 hours, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to tell you that that's just not true. It's true for some people, but it's really pretty rare. And so for me to have a sampling of so many of you, and for so many, seriously, like a number of you told me this, and so I don't think that that's actually possible. So you really do not want to walk around sleep deprived, because that's really going to hurt your thinking and your focus and your productivity. So you really need to prioritize sleep. Okay. And sleep is also going to help your body. So, really, really super important. Okay. So manage your stress. Sleep is also going to help you manage your stress. So, I don't know what type of stress management techniques you have, but make sure you have something, whether it's exercise, whether it's meditation, whether it's breathing. You need to do something to manage your stress, even if it's just thinking about your problems in a different way, because there's no way that we're going to get rid of stress. It's just managing how we respond to that stress that happens in our life. Okay. Number 7 is eat just enough and not too much. So this is something that when we sit down to dinner or lunch or breakfast, that we're eating just to the point of satiety. So we're eating enough so that we're not hungry anymore, but we're not eating too much. Okay. And so this is generally something that a lot of my clients have a tough time with. And even for myself, when I was going through my weight loss journey, that this was one of the most difficult things for me to grasp, because when I was growing up, I was always asked, are you full? And so, I would eat to fullness. And now I know that the difference between being satisfied with eating, so that's where I'm done with eating and I know that I could eat more, but I know that I'm not going to get hungry in the next 3 to 4 hours. So that, between that and eating to fullness, that's a lot of calories in there that my body didn't need. So once you can manage that, then you can really go out to eat and eat whatever you want, because the food is actually going to tell you how the nutrients that are in it. Okay. The last one is you want to limit your treats. So for my clients, what we generally do is we limit treats to about 20% of your total calories a day. Now, I want you to have treats because treats are so important. It's important to be able to have birthday cake or drink alcohol or, something sweet. But the idea is that you don't want to go too far with that. So those are my 8 habits that all healthy people do. So what I want you to do is I've also attached a worksheet to this email, and I want you to track what you're doing on a daily and weekly basis and let me know how that's going for you. So I will talk to you later. Hope you enjoy this. I will talk to you all. Bye.